Good morning to all. It is my honor and privilege to introduce today's guest, Dr. G. Parmeshwara. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure in introducing Dr. G. Parmeshwara, Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka. Dr. Parmeshwara hails from the family committed to Gandhian ideals. When the late Rajiv Gandhi visited Tumkur, he immediately saw the potential of Dr. Parmeshwara and brought him to the active politics. He was the first appointed as a Joint Secretary of KPCC. Srimati Sonia Gandhi recognized Dr. Parmeshwara capabilities by the appointing him a prestigious special invitee to the Congress Working Committee. He is also served as a Chairman of Campaign Committee of the KPCC. Dr. Parmeshwara has the earlier served Ministry for Agriculture 1993 to 94, as a Ministry for Higher Education, Medical Education, Science and Technology, Information and Publicity 99 and 2004, and as a Ministry for Home 2015 to 17. He was instrumental in the establishing in the Tumkur University. Dr. Parmeshwara is a highly educated agriculture scientist with a PhD from Australia. An all-rounder, he was the active sportsman. He has also won many scholarships during his studies. An educationist, Dr. Parmeshwara oversees the deemed University of Medical Science and Engineering College and many schools, which is the part of the parcel of the Siddhganga group of institutes in the Tumakuru, that has provided affordable quality education to lakhs of poor and rural students. Honorable Deputy Chief Minister fully supported our ASEAN Chambers of Commerce Industry Meet 2019, which was held during the 25th to 27th February 2019 at Auditorium, Bangalore. I present to Dr. Parmeshwara, Deputy Chief Minister, this August gathering. One more special guest, Dato Ramesh Kodammal. I have been privileged to introduce our special guest, Dato Ramesh Kodammal, Chairman, Asian Business Council, Kuala Lumpur, and Chairman of the Goldex Group. Dato Ramesh Kodammal is the Chairman of the Goldex Group of the company which is founded in the 1976, specialized in the import and export garment and textile, as well as the manufacturing home furnishings. Dato Ramesh has been appointed by the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, MITI, Malaysia, as the Chairman of ASEAN Indian Business Council, Malaysia. He is also Council Member of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, ASEAN BAC, since 2010, which has been mandated by the ASEAN leaders since 2003 to provide the private sector to feedback the guidance to the boost ASEAN effort towards the economic integration. He is also the Malaysian representative in the MSME ASEAN BSE working group, member of the Malaysian National Committee for the Specific Economic Operationals. Dato Ramesh is an honorary member of the Kuala Lumpur Malay Chamber of Commerce. Dato Ramesh actively promoted in the interest of the business community between the ASEAN and India, and he has been actively involved in the various visited by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, to Malaysia. He is actively participated in the various international forums and seminars representing in Malaysia as the moderator and speaker. Among the posts Mr. Dato Ramesh has held previously, including the Deputy President of the Kuala Lumpur Selangor Indian Chamber of Commerce, Vice President of Malaysian Associate Indian Chamber of Commerce, and the Treasurer of the National Chamber of Commerce and the Industry, Malaysia. He is currently holding a various positions of the non-governmental instrumental NGO. Dato Ramesh is one of the supporting pillars of the ASEAN Chamber of Commerce Industry Business Meet 2019, which was held to the 25th to 27th February 2019 at Hotel Ashoka, Bangalore. Here I present Dato Kodammal to the August gathering. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would now request Dato Ramesh Kodammal for the keynote address. So put your hands together and welcome the Chairman of the ASEAN India Business Council, Kuala Lumpur.
The Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, Dr. G. Parmeshwara, President of KFCCI, Mr. Saudagar Shetty, Mr. Janardhan, who is the Senior Vice President, and we can see him smiling today. We all know why. And also we have with us Mr. Sundar, the Vice President, past President Ravi, Mr. Subramaniam, who is the advisor to the CM, and Mr. Prashad, who is the Secretary General. Usually I try my best not to take a list with me because I try to remember faces and names. When you greet someone, you should actually know him. Who is he before greeting him? That should be the way of greetings. Once again, first and foremost, I have my friend here, Mr. Sridhar, who is also the chairman of ASEAN, Indo-ASEAN Chamber of Commerce, the past presidents who are here today, members of KFICCI, and most of all, I think we should recognize wherever and whenever we are, the founder of this chamber, Sir MB, whose hall is named after him. The reason is, if not because of his seeds being planted, we all might not have been here. So for that, I hope that we always remember our founders, our past presidents, our friends along the way, and the members who have come and gone at this chamber, because this chamber is 100 years old and above. Today is 102 years. Before I move on further, I would like to recommend the committee, because every time when I come up, I try to see what can be done to improve ourselves. 100 years of being a chamber is actually a century. You are century two. I hope KFICCI will take the initiative, like the Guinness Books of Record, to accumulate all the chambers in the world who are above 100 years and record them. And this will give the chamber a recognition for doing something which is great, and also the chambers around the world which are above 100 years definitely would have been doing so many things that they should be recognized and linked together for mankind to improve themselves. Chambering is not only meeting people, doing business. Chambering is about learning to see how we progress in our life and we move forward. The Karnataka Chamber of Commerce has precisely been doing that. They have been having a number of events over the years, and it has clearly proved they have withstood all the storms which they have faced. Being 100 years is not an easy task. I'm very sure we always highlight the glory of the chambers, but the hardship and pain which they have gone through are not remembered. But the people who have sacrificed their time, they would know how difficult it was for the business community to get a platform and to work with a platform to benefit. They must always be supportive to the institution. I believe that your chamber has got more than 3,000 odd members. I believe so. You all are associated with various chambers around the country, FICCI, PH chamber, and also other chambers, which are very important, which will take you all to greater places and more knowledge. I learned something when I was small. They told me that if you want to test copper, you need acid. If you want to test gold, you need fire. If you want to test a human being, you just have to hear him speak for 2 words. And that's what I did this morning, speaking to the Deputy Chief Minister just for 2 minutes, and I understood him, his liking and love for the business community. Ladies and gentlemen, chambering is something which we all must take it at heart. It is not the positioning, it is the participation. Participation by every member in the chamber makes it a great chamber. Positioning, you only need a leader to guide us and take care of us. If you don't have participants, chamber movement does not move. So please, my dear friends who are here, I see most of the past presidents and few of the members. I'm sure why they aren't here, because today is a working day. Even the Chief Minister has got his work to do, but yet he's here. That is commitment for chambering. We must love the chamber, we must love a cause, we must participate when it is necessary. That's my advice to all chamber members. Giving a keynote address, I would start just with the chamber first and move on. While we are here today in Osaka, we are having the G20 meeting with world leaders. I on the TV at 5:30 this morning to see the progress of what has happened. And I'm very sure if some of you all would have seen, your Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, had already started his first bilateral with Donald Trump. And he was very clear in what he wants. He wants the tariffs to be reduced because businesses are disrupted. And he also said that he wants to look at the 5G. He also wants to see that no one puts sanctions for India to import oil from Iran. So our leaders are working hard for the progress of the country. Our businessmen should equally work hard for improving the livelihood for every individual citizen in this country. Business is the only platform where we can work to support the country grow further. Businesses create employment. Businesses create revenue. Businesses create taxes for the government to improve. So we, as businessmen, are a very important sector to the government. The government respects businessmen, but we must prove ourselves to be respected. We must create employment. We must pay our taxes properly. We must do things right to prove ourselves that we can improve. Why are the developed nations far away from us? Because they have got systems, and the systems have played a very important part for the growth of the country and individuals. Today in the world, we have a trade war. America is raising tariffs with India, even India having a small amount of export, just in billions. We are having to face tariffs. China is facing tariffs in a big way. Japan has got tariffs from US. Why is all this happening? Because every country around the world wants to safeguard his or her interests. I personally feel that this can be removed if we all businessmen get together and understand what we are supposed to do. Tariffs are placed just for the sake. Today, if you are doing business, your tariff increases by 25%. Your business is lost. Might be you'll be having 2-3 customers in the US, and you are affected. The person who was doing business for the last 25 years, today does not know what to do because the guy does not want to import from him. So we must be aware, we must be very careful to see exactly what is happening. That is where the chamber should play an important role to pass information to its members on how to do things. Within the next few years, we'll be losing thousands of jobs because of digitization. We can see it happening. It has happened with Grab, it has happened with Uber, it has happened with other digital platforms, it has happened with online sales. You have seen Alibaba, you have seen Google, you have seen everything around you. And yet, we are looking at it. We have to start moving. What do we do within the next 10 years when there is a vast unemployment coming into our side? Because when digitization takes place, even the textile industries who are stitching garments, the robots will be doing it. So we must be aware of eventualities. Don't wait till it happens. Look forward before it has happened. So that's why, again, you come back that you must have good links with organizations who have teams who are working to see this happen. This is very important for us. Your president had taken a wonderful year, and I think that he had taken in a lot of effort to see that how Karnataka state can be linked to the outside here. When I met Mr. Saudagar Shetty, he told me he was being told by someone to meet me, and he came to me and he said, what should we do? I told him, you're on the right track because your nearest neighbors are the ASEAN countries outside India. And ASEAN is a growing group with 640 million population. I'm sure Karnataka, with all the technology, with all the business equipment which they have, they can work with their counterparts in ASEAN. We from ASEAN can come here to support you all in various areas, in infrastructure, in some research, a lot of things which we can do together in healthcare technology. The list goes on. But are the members of the chamber willing to roll up their sleeves and say, yes, we want to do it, we will go, we will spend time, we will investigate. So my dear friends who are present here today, I'm very sure all of you all want to do it. But somehow or the other, everyone is waiting who will do it first. I saw one video just 2 days ago from China. The man in his farm was trying to take the ducks in a lorry. He had a ladder, but no duck wanted to go. He hit one duck, and one duck went. Then all followed the queue and went. Human being psychology is the same. Unless and until someone moves, you will move. If he sees he's doing something, he will follow. Stop that attitude. Do it today yourself for others to follow. That is very important in life. It is what you do to improve rather than following someone to do what he does. Your own ideas will always benefit you. Always be a leader. Don't be a follower. Followers don't make it to the mark. Leaders make it to the mark. You must come to yourself and say what you are good for, what you can do, how you can go about it, rather than telling that this man is doing it, I think I so want to do it. So change the attitude. We all will benefit and move further. Before I end what I have to say for the day, I thought I would speak to you all longer, but there'll always be another time because my beloved CM has got a meeting. We must do one thing. We must start exploring. And I invite all of you to Malaysia as a first stop, because when we had the ASEAN event, we were all together 187 from Malaysia. And I'm sure that you all will participate with us. We'll invite the Deputy Chief Minister to lead a delegation with the President and the immediate past President to Malaysia, and we can move on from there to get the ball rolling to move to other ASEAN states. I once again would like to thank the President, Saudagar Shetty, who has done a wonderful job. And when they came down to Kuala Lumpur, we had our friend, Dr. Kiran Kumar, with him, and the past presidents who are here were with him. They took the effort, and we can see that there is some light in the tunnel for us to move together. With that, I wish you all the best. I wish those who are participating in the elections, not for the senior vice president because he's already there, and also the coming vice president, he's there, but for the vice president and other team, please, I wish you all the best. If you win, participate in the chamber wholeheartedly. If you do not win, please also participate in the chamber's activities wholeheartedly. Because chamber is no political platform. Chamber is a business platform where we must all work together, improve ourselves, improve the nation, and take the agenda forward. With that, thank you very much.